But stepping back from a brand that you've only just launched suggests to me it's not been as successful as someone might have hoped.
It tastes of entitlement, greed, avarice and deception.
Imagine this. Meghan Markle, former duchess, launches a luxury jam brand meant to signal her big comeback. Handwritten notes, pastel jars, and a lifestyle dream wrapped in organic elegance. Then, out of nowhere, the internet erupts with a wild claim. Gordon Ramsay tasted her jam and spat it out in disgust. Social media explodes. Hashtags trend, memes fly, and suddenly, Meghan's carefully crafted brand is the butt of the joke. But here's the twist. The clip doesn't exist allegedly, so what really happened? Did Ramsay ever try her jam? Is this just another internet rumor taken too far? Or did Meghan's brand have deeper cracks long before the fake spit take? Let's break it down, because once we follow the breadcrumbs, the story behind the jam is way stickier than anyone expected. When Meghan Markle launched her lifestyle brand in early 2024, it wasn't just about jam, it was about reinvention. After a string of underwhelming projects, from her Spotify podcast being quietly dropped to her Netflix content missing the mark, this was supposed to be different. Something real, something hers. She named it American Riviera Orchard, evoking sunshine, heirloom recipes, and Montecito charm. To kick things off, she sent exactly 50 hand-labeled jars of strawberry jam to close friends like Mindy Kaling and Tracy Ellis Ross. These weren't just gifts, they were signals. A soft launch with star power. The presentation, immaculate. Cream-colored baskets, silk ribbons, and handwritten tags. The message was clear. This isn't a celebrity cash grab wink wink. This is handmade luxury. And just like that, hashtag American Riviera Orchard started trending. But behind the soft fonts and fresh fruit vibes, Meghan had much bigger plans. Later, the brand would be rebranded as Ever, timed perfectly with her new Netflix cooking series, With Love, Meghan. The goal was to scale, tease, crepe mix, honey, an entire pantry line wrapped in California chic. From the outside, it looked like a strategic pivot, but as we'll see, not everything matched the image. And that's when people started asking, where is all this jam actually being made? Here's where things get sticky, literally. While the brand pushed a narrative of small batch authenticity, the truth was more industrial. Multiple reports confirmed the jam, along with other Ever goods, was being produced by the Republic of Tea, a major supplier based in Illinois, nearly 2,000 miles away from Meghan's Montecito garden. Now, there's nothing wrong with outsourcing, but the problem wasn't the distance, it was the contrast between the image and the reality. People expected Meghan to hand stir her jams in an artisan kitchen. Instead, they got a mass-produced spread wrapped in lifestyle marketing. Then came the taste tests. Food expert Donna Collins, a professional in the jam industry, publicly called the Ever Jam runny fruit spread. That might sound harmless, but in jam world, it's a major insult. It means the product didn't set properly and feels more like syrup than jam. Even loyal fans started raising eyebrows. How could something that looked so carefully crafted taste so off? And just when things were starting to feel wobbly, a strange rumor popped up online. A certain fiery chef allegedly entered the chat and the internet went wild. But that wasn't the whole story. The week of July 1st, 2025, something strange started happening online. Dozens of YouTube and TikTok accounts began uploading nearly identical videos, claiming that Gordon Ramsay had just tried Meghan Markle's jam at a restaurant in Los Angeles and spit it out in disgust. Some even said he called it a crime against fruit. The videos spread fast. The hashtags Jamgate and #RamsayVsMeghan exploded across TikTok and X. People shared the story like it was confirmed fact. Reactions poured in, memes lit up the comment sections. But here's the kicker. The footage may not actually exist. Every so-called restaurant clip turned out to be a dramatization. No raw video and no actual recording. And yet, the lack of proof didn't slow things down. Viewers believed it. Even commentary channels picked it up, repeating the story. Meanwhile, Ramsay himself stayed completely silent. No statement, no clarification, not even a joke. And neither did Meghan. Mainstream media, nothing. No coverage from People, Vanity Fair, or even the tabloids. Which begs the question, if a viral scandal explodes online but there's no real evidence, why do people still believe it? The answer has more to do with Meghan's brand than with Ramsay's taste buds. Because even without the chef's comment, the cracks were already showing. So how does a totally unverified rumor cause this much chaos? The internet rewards drama, especially when it involves celebrities, food, and a public humiliation. The idea of Gordon Ramsay, a blunt and brutal food critic, trashing a royal product, it was too perfect. People didn't care if it was real, they just wanted the headline. And the memes? Ruthless. One viral post showed Ramsay holding a jar with a bright red biohazard label slapped on it. Another joked, "Her jam has more preservatives than her acting career." Some users called it the royal recipe for disaster. Even TikTok creators began doing parody taste tests, pretending to spit out their own jam while reacting to the rumor. It was a feeding frenzy. But what made this viral spiral even more damaging was that it fit a story people already believed, that Meghan was more about image than substance. When the aesthetic screams luxury but the taste falls flat, audiences are quick to turn. Even loyal fans began asking, is this just another celebrity putting a fancy label on a basic product? The internet didn't wait for an answer, and neither did retailers. Here's where the fantasy met the financials. On June 20th, Meghan's As Ever brand dropped its second wave of products. It sold out almost instantly. Sounds great, until customers started getting refund emails saying their order couldn't be fulfilled. Some blamed technical issues. Others whispered about return rates and bad reviews piling up behind the scenes. Then came the expert opinions. Donna Collins, who's been in the jam game for years, didn't hold back. She called the apricot version runny, again using that dreaded phrase, fruit spread. In her words, this isn't artisanal, this is mass market dressed in pastel. At the same time, a report by news.com.au revealed that some retailers were growing hesitant. One grocery executive reportedly said they were not looking to stock anything that's already been mocked into oblivion. And that's the problem. Whether the Ramsay rumor was true or not, it created a narrative Meghan couldn't shake. Her product wasn't being judged just on taste anymore. It was being judged on credibility. And in the world of food, once people lose trust, it's almost impossible to get it back. But Meghan wasn't giving up just yet. Despite the backlash, Meghan apparently wasn't backing down. In a podcast interview released on June 17th, 2025, she sat down with entrepreneur Emma Grede to talk about the future of her brand. She seemed calm, confident, even optimistic. Meghan said she planned to scale the business exponentially and hinted at expanding into cookware, books, and more food items. It was a subtle pushback against the noise, but not everyone was convinced. At this point, the internet wasn't just questioning the jam. They were questioning the entire brand. Not just the product, but the person behind it, because for years, Meghan had carefully built an image of control. She told her own story through a podcast, a Netflix series, magazine features, and now this lifestyle line. As Ever wasn't just a brand, it was supposed to be her next chapter. But after one misstep, real or rumored, it started to look like just another case of style over substance. Even her defenders found it hard to explain the disconnect. Glossy branding, celebrity friends, luxury packaging, all of it clashed with the product itself. And here's where it stings the most. The public didn't reject the jam because of one spicy rumor or one mean tweet. They rejected it because the product didn't live up to the promise. No matter how beautiful the packaging, people can tell when something feels inauthentic. And in Meghan's case, one internet myth, one clip that didn't even exist, was enough to unravel a brand she'd spent months, maybe years, crafting. So did Gordon Ramsay really spit out Meghan Markle's jam? There's no evidence, no footage, no statement, no eyewitnesses. But the thing is, it didn't matter. The rumor worked because it felt true to people. Not because of facts, but because of a feeling. A feeling that Meghan's brand was curated to perfection, but missing something real underneath. This wasn't just about jam, it was about trust. And once that cracks, even the prettiest jar can't hold the brand together. The question now isn't whether the jam was bad, it's whether Meghan can rebuild what was lost, and whether the public is still willing to believe her next reinvention. Because as we've seen, all it takes is one viral rumor, one product flop, or one missing clip, and suddenly, the story writes itself. So what do you think? Was Meghan's downfall inevitable? Or did the internet take a bite out of something that never even happened? Let us know in the comments. And if you made it this far, don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories that go deeper than the headlines.